Oh my gosh, it's working. It says it has 87% battery. I'm not really sure. I don't believe it. Oh my goodness. Okay. First time using the GoPro in a long time. Every time I've wanted to use it, it won't work, even when the batteries are charged. So I've been leaving it on the charger for like 24 hours, and then I'll take it off for a little bit, and I'll put it back on, and I'll take it off. Anyway, I think I need this mounting screw. I gotta get all my pieces together. Okay, going out to the garage. Gotta remember how to YouTube. Whew! Smells like heater, like salamander heater out here, because the salamander's been running. Okay, I'm gonna get my thing set up here. I gotta put my camera mount on, because I had it set up for another camera as a backup. Turns out, I guess my problems are all battery problems. I don't really understand, because even the other camera I had, it's a Hero 5, I think. And this one's a Hero 8, maybe? Or 9, I don't know. GoPro batteries are junk. Gotta clean the lens off. Gotta get the cat, because he's meowing like crazy. Come on. You wanna go outside? Come on. Come on. I know this is what you want. Go outside. Have fun. Okay. Got trash. Okay. So, I don't even remember what was last on the channel in a long form video. Gosh, that lens is terrible. Oh yeah, it's like your mom whenever you've got like a cowlick in your hair sticking up weird. Okay, I don't know what was last on camera. I think I recorded some like welding of the firewall and stuff like that. I got it seam sealed, painted black. Wow, there's no door seals, so it really makes a lot of racket. So I'm sure some of you have seen some of the shorts on the channel that would explain this mess I've got going on here. So, long story short-ish. No, it's gonna be long. I got two 302 small blocks from a buddy. He's the manager of the local O'Reilly, and I was in there one day talking about my Falcon, and like, maybe someday I want to put a 302 in it, I don't know, someday I want to V8 swap Ranger, yada yada yada. He reached out to me on Facebook. He's like, bruh, my dad died, and there's a shop full of old junk I gotta go through, and one of the things I know that I'm not gonna use is two 302 Ford engines in the back corner. So, do you want them? I said, yeah. So we struck a deal, $400 for the pair. They were fully dressed, with like the air conditioning and like timing cover, pulley, everything. I mean, they were two fully dressed engines, like taken out of the car and then nothing else taken off of them at all. So they sat in storage over here in the corner for a while, and I kind of saved up some money, made some plans, got some work done on my Riviera that was taking up room in the garage, and moved some vehicles to storage elsewhere to free up garage space so that I could bring this in, because I wanted to make sure my garage was completely ready, like as much room as I could possibly get, because I knew this project was going to be in here all winter. So whenever the weather forecast is looking nasty, I can still park my daily driver right here while this is over here being worked on. Where was I going with that? Oh, the engines. So in the shorts, if you haven't seen them, go back and watch the last handful of shorts, and you'll see that Brandon and I started tearing into them. We got the engine stand hooked up to each one at a time, and we ended up naming the 2 engines. Engine number 1 is the boat anchor engine. Engine number 2 is the Poo 302. I don't have like good footage to show you now of what was going on, but go back and watch the shorts right now. And the one that had a bunch of water in the oil pan is the boat anchor, and it's going to be our builder, because actually the water in the oil pan was like floating the oil up high enough that it submerged the crank in oil. So perfectly fine shape. That's the crank from the builder, which is going to be the boat anchor. Maybe we should shorten it. Call it the BA 302, and the other one's the Poo 302. I don't know. Drop in the comments if you want me to shut the hell up about what I'm going to call these engines. So this is the stuff from the Poo motor, and this is the stuff from the boat anchor motor. And in the shorts, you'll see... Gosh, I got so sidetracked. I was talking about the shorts. In the shorts, you'll see that the one engine had the water in the oil pan. And then in another short, you'll see the other engine had the lifter valley was full, like this full of sludge. When we first pulled the intake off, you couldn't make eye contact with the lifters, because there was that much poop in the engine, just engine poop. Like years and years and years, decades of driving it without changing the oil, just keep adding some in. And in one of those videos, you'll see that both timing sets were completely wallered. Like these engines, both of them are north of 200,000. The Poo 302, probably 300,000-ish ballpark, based on the way the cylinders looked. And that is why we chose to build the BA 302, which is in much better shape. Like the cylinders are in better shape. There's not a bunch of sludge in it. It's a much, much cleaner engine internally. So that being said, this is kind of an update video, just to kind of let you know what's going on around here. And I won't rant too much about how junk GoPros are and GoPro batteries are, but the reason I don't film a lot is just because of the frustration of the GoPro batteries and the cameras. What else? What have we got? What have we got? The last thing I've been working on while the block is at the machine shop getting hot tanked and freeze plugs installed and cam bearings installed. I'm actually going to have him do that same treatment on both blocks. And then the Poo 302, I'm going to wrap it up in like plastic, shove it in a corner, and hold on to it. Maybe someday I'll need another 302 core block that's ready to throw a rotating simile in. Anyway, while those are at the machine shop, and I keep trying to avoid eye contact with the interior of the truck because it needs to go in the truck. And interior work, like plastic, like dashboards, trim, wiring, linkages, stuff, all those things, interior is my least favorite part about working on cars. Hands down. Absolutely hate it. I love engine work and pulling engines and putting in engines and transmission installs and drive shaft, brakes, brake lines, whatever. I love to make brake lines. It's actually kind of soothing. But yeah, interior work, hate it. So I keep trying to avoid eye contact with that. And in doing so, I was like, I'm going to make these wheels nice because nice-ish. Don't look too closely. The wheels that I want to run on the truck someday, that would be the same wheels I run on the Falcon someday if I decide to build the Falcon completely, are really expensive. Like, wheels and tires are just so expensive. So these 15-inch Steelies that came off of, I don't know, an Explorer, the Explorer that I had, that I got the engine and transmission and front end out of to go in the Brown Ranger, all of which are kind of on the channel. The Brown Ranger isn't covered that great. The beginning stages, taking it apart, are on the channel. Putting it back together, not so much. Those wheels are gonna do just fine on this truck for now. And I decided to paint them gold. So there's that. So here you go. They cleaned up okay. This one's probably the one that cleaned up the best. That one cleaned up okay. This one, meh. That one did not clean up well at all. That fourth one, whew, it's like pitted, rust, scales, bad. I did the best I could with a wire brush, and that just kind of is what it is. They're free to me wheels because I already had them in stock, and I got some Menards gift cards for Christmas, so I used that money for paint. So I don't know what else to say. I think the next thing that you'll see is me cleaning pistons, and I'm gonna clean like the ring grooves and stuff. I gotta label them. It'll be a lot of me just like cleaning and labeling and cleaning and labeling and cleaning and labeling. Anyway, that'll be the next thing that's on camera if I decide to record it. It might be a time lapse. I don't know, but here's your 12-minute update on kind of what's going on around here right now. If you're painting old wheels just to get by, make sure you still paint the back, because you can see through the slats. I've been trying to ponder the best thing to do here, and I don't really know the best way, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to lift everything up out of there because it's on like a tray. Might have to do a couple pieces at a time. I'll do my best to not make a mess. I think I'll lay a couple paper towels on this table to get some of the weight off of that tray before I try to lift it up. So I'm gonna lift the stuff up out of there and then rinse it all and then let it sit up on the tray and air dry for a day. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go through and label each piston. Right now everything's laying in the same order it came out of the block. So I'm going to go through and label each piston and all the caps, make sure that nothing can get messed up. This is my first time building an engine, so I just want to be extra safe. So, okay, I'm going to try to get everything up out of here. I don't really even know, I don't know where to begin. I think the caps. Main caps. Okay, it didn't make a huge mess, so I'll do the same with the rod caps. Then, I'm gonna go wash my hands and put gloves on. Where are you, rod caps? This is my first time building an engine, so please refrain from being too nasty in the comments if you see something you don't agree with. And also, if you've got some helpful tips or tricks or just random little bits of knowledge that a first-time engine builder should know, then by all means, please comment. I watched / kind of helped my dad build a Chevy 350 small block when I was like 15 years old, and I absorbed a lot of information from that experience. I love listening to my dad talk about like how to do things. He's just very detail oriented and does things very well. Everything he does well. And anyway, I know a lot of stuff that he taught me, and I've done a lot of research online, and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of people building engines. Boy, I am struggling. And I'm confident that I can build an engine. Okay. That's not working. Okay. I might have to turn the camera off so that I can cuss. Now. I shouldn't have to cuss to get it up there. We've got a balance problem on my tray. Oh, look at that. Basically professional. Okay. Get the grease off. What I've got in this parts washer is like 4 gallons of solvent, like parts cleaning solvent, and like 3 or 4 gallons of water, maybe, and no, I guess, I'm not really sure what my ratio is, but solvent. Big old barrel can, like a 4, not quite 5 gallon can. of solvent, dumped it in there, and water. That's what I got. The reason I did that is because a guy gave me an entire bucket of solvent for free. So that's what I'm using. By the way, Scott's Blue Towels, the best brand. And for some jobs, you can like let them dry out and then just keep using them until they're absolutely disgusting before you throw them away. Okay, I'm gonna go inside, wash my hands with soap, put gloves on, and continue rinsing and rinsing junk off. Tell me in the comments, those of you that have and use a pressure or a parts washer, what do you drain your parts washer into, and where do you take the crap that you drain out of it? Because this mix I've got going on here went black in a matter of seconds whenever I got all this nasty stuff in it, which I expected, but it wasn't until after my solvent turned completely black I was like, oh, yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to deal with that. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Like I take my used oil to O'Reilly, which I need to start taking it to Irish Outlaw Garage because I think he stockpiles it and heats his shop with it in the winter, from what I understand. And yeah, I basically just don't know the best thing to do with this sort of juice. I'm trying to keep my tray clean, as clean as I can, so that this stuff can surface dry, I guess, so to speak, so that the top and the sides and everything can air dry, and then I'll transfer it all back to clean towels for the bottom sides to dry. Also drop in the comments what your favorite mixture is for your parts washer, because after I drain this crap out of it, I'm going to be needing to fill it back up. I plan on keeping it full and readily available, you know, for whatever stuff I might bring in the garage and might need cleaned. I might get a cup and do one last rinse over. Some of these are leaving a lot of junk behind. They may need some extra attention. Yeah, I think I'll, after I label everything, and I'm no longer afraid of turning or mixing anything up. Right now, I've kept everything in order and facing the same way it came out of the engine. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of myself for having not mixed anything up yet. But I want to keep it that way. I'm gonna label everything. So after it's all labeled, I'll get a brush and work on everything a little bit more. See that I got this going right. Yeah, I've got a box of crappy gloves that I got for free that I'm trying to get used up. So that I can move on to my nice gloves that I bought that are like 5 or 6 times thicker than these. Get a cut. It's going to be nice having everything labeled so that I know exactly what's what. Then I can really scrub thoroughly. Okay. I have to get to my afternoon bus route. So, I'm out of here, and I'll be back later today, maybe this evening, to, I don't know, do something, maybe. Yeah, it's working. So I got these air dried enough to bring over here to the vise, and I was going to start stamping them, and they're already stamped. So after doing some Googling, turns out they're stamped from the factory. I did go ahead and label the main caps because the stamping on some of them is confusing, and I don't think it's actually conducive to figuring out what order they go in. But anyway, if you've got it on a stand, standing at the front of the engine, 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously the rear main is very unique, so it doesn't need labeled. I only dropped one piston in all of the moving around that I did, and it'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, if you have the engine on a stand and you're standing at the front of it, your left bank is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your right bank is 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyway, the outsides of the rods and rod caps are stamped. The piston has a dimple in the front of each piston. So, yeah, it's pretty much dummy proof right from the factory. So that's kind of cool. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because it's already gotten long-winded. Sorry. Off camera, I'm going to take the rings off of these pistons, clean the ring grooves, and then scrub everything with like a brass bristle brush, like a soft wire brush and cleaner, get them all clean. And then what? I gotta order a re-ring kit, and should have the engine blocks back in the next couple days. So I don't really know what will be in the next video, but come back and see. Subscribe. Check out the old videos on the channel. There's like over 70 videos ranging from hot rod power tour videos, one in a Malibu, one power tour in a 76 Ford pickup that was really fun and like crazy that I took that truck on a 2,100 mile road trip. There's everything. There's trail mowing, there's wood hauling with that old truck, there's like engine work stuff, some tech stuff, frame repair on the Brown Ranger, man, I just don't even know, four-wheeler riding content, lots of mowing, time-lapse, car shows, cruise-ins, road trips, buying stuff, building stuff. I mean, there's so much stuff on the channel. So go check it out, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Come on in. What do you think?